Less than a year ago, ÖBB started operating their new generation Nightjet night trains, promising to offer more comfort, service and capacity. And one of the features many people look forward to the most are the mini cabin sleeping pods, which I will be traveling on today. So get aboard and find out why unfortunately this new offering is not the night train revolution we have hoped for. Grüß Gott from Wien Hauptbahnhof, Vienna's main train station. Located in the 10th district of the city, it is the main railway hub of Austria's capital, and almost all international trains, excluding Westbahn services to Munich, stop here. As a consequence, the station is quite busy most of the time, but as you will soon see, traffic is managed pretty well here. Wien Hauptbahnhof is well connected to all forms of public transport, be it Wien's metro system, the tramway, local and regional buses, or various commuter rail services. Upon entering the station via the main entrance, you'll be greeted by this well-lit main hall. Here you will find ticket offices for ÖBB, Austria's national railway operator, as well as the private operator RegioJet. Automated ticket machines are also available. In the center of the hall, you will find large arrival and departure boards. Since Wien Hauptbahnhof is a pretty large station, it consists of 2 floors. The main floor, which you have just seen, offers everything you need to book and find your train, as well as various waiting areas. And on the ground floor, you will find more supermarkets, drugstores and restaurants, as well as track 1 and 2 where commuter rail services arrive and depart. You can also connect to Wien's metro system via the ground floor. And if you're only here for a short time and don't want to carry your luggage around, lockers can be found here as well. But as our train for today is an international train, let's make our way to tracks 3 to 12, which are located above the main floor. Our Nightjet service departs from track 7 today, and as you can see, it is already arriving at the station. Our train is hauled by this ÖBB Taurus locomotive, built by Siemens in 2002 and capable of speeds up to 230 km or 143 miles per hour. But as you'll soon see, this top speed will definitely not be reached tonight. Anyways, let's make our way to our carriage and head on board. I have booked one of the new Nightjet mini cabins tonight, so I will travel in one of the train's couchette cars. Boarding was a little stressful to be honest, so I didn't film any of it. For some reason, all mini cabins were still closed when the passengers boarded the train. Therefore, all passengers had to wait in the pathway until the cabins were opened. And while the very friendly train attendant works on solving this problem, our train leaves Wien Hauptbahnhof and we are on our way. So let's take a quick look at our route for tonight. Tonight, I am traveling on Nightjet 490 from Wien in Austria to Hanover in Germany. Just after leaving Wien Hauptbahnhof at 8:10, we will stop at Wien Meidling station. After that, we stop at St. Pölten, Linz, Wels, Passau, Nürnberg, Würzburg and Göttingen before arriving in Hanover at 10 minutes to 7 in the morning. Our trip is around 998 kilometers or 620 miles long and is scheduled to take 10 hours and 39 minutes, which gets us an average speed of 93.7 kilometers or 58.2 miles per hour. Okay, the train attendant has unlocked the cabins and handed me my keycard now, so we can get a first look at my home for tonight. This is the new ÖBB Nightjet mini cabin. Instead of only offering 4 to 6 bed compartments, ÖBB decided to add these stacked sleeping pods to its couchette cars as an option for travelers that prefer privacy but don't want to spend large amounts of money for private sleeper rooms. And I think that's a great idea, when executed correctly. Each cabin comes with bed linen and a small bottle of water. The cabins can be locked by using a keycard, handed out by the train attendant after boarding. For your luggage, 2 storage compartments also lockable with your keycards are provided. 1 very small compartment for shoes and smaller items, and 1 larger compartment for medium-sized suitcases or backpacks. But if your luggage is too large for the compartments, you can use the dedicated storage area of a train's multi-purpose car. Using any NFC card, like a credit card, you can secure your luggage with cables here, so you don't have to worry. Taking a look outside, we can see that it is slowly getting dark, so let's start getting ready for bed and take a look at the train's sanitary facilities that are located at the back of the carriage. Here you can find 2 toilets that are gendered, as well as a washing room. At least in my opinion, this is a little bit of an odd choice, and ditching the gendered toilets and the washing room for a single larger toilet with an additional shower inside would have been the better option. But anyways, the toilet itself was clean and modern. Water pressure is more than decent and you can even adjust the water's temperature. And of course, soap is available as well. In addition, 2 European-style power sockets for razors or toothbrushes are available too. And toilet paper was stocked up as well. So although I definitely miss a shower inside the carriage, the toilet itself was very decent. Okay, it is really getting late now, so let's head to bed. But before that, let's take a look at the inside of the cabin. And before getting into the details, I can say, at first glance, the mini cabins seem very well designed, but on a closer look, they seem somewhat poorly thought through. After closing your cabin, you can put your keycard in the dedicated keycard holder. Each cabin features 2 coat hooks, which seem of little use to be honest, as the cabin is only 98 cm high, so a jacket or even a backpack would probably constantly touch your legs. Next to you, you can find a more or less useful drink holder as well as a wireless charging point. Each cabin features a small window, which is something I really like. The window can be half or fully blinded by using 2 window blinds. A light one for just blocking the sun out, as well as a heavy one completely blinding the window. For your personal safety, an alarm button as well as an emergency hammer is available as well. Beneath the hammer you can find the cabin's control panel. On it you can see whether the toilets or the washing room is occupied, that's a great feature, call the attendant and switch the lighting's brightness as well as color. And I think the control panel is pretty useful and well designed. But the beep sound audible each time you hit a button can be incredibly annoying, especially as it can be heard in adjacent cabins as well. So anytime a fellow traveler changes anything, you will be able to hear it. And while this feature has actually been heavily criticized for long now, it seems that ÖBB hasn't really done anything about it. Speaking of adjacent cabins. Should you travel with a friend or partner, you can open this small foldable door to the cabin next to you and talk to them. Behind you, you can find a manual light switch for a small reading light as well as USB ports and a European-style power socket for your devices. Should you feel sick during your ride, a puke bag is available for you as well, and you can also find various safety instructions here. All cabins are air-conditioned, but unfortunately you cannot change the aircon itself, but only open or close the aircon's vents, and from my experience this aircon can get pretty chilly. And last but not least, the cabin offers a small foldable multifunction table with a small mirror on the bottom. So all in all, this is actually pretty well designed, apart from a few details that can make your night pretty uncomfortable. Firstly, the blanket provided is pretty thin, and combined with the chilly and non-adjustable air conditioning system, you might feel cold pretty quickly. So it might be a good idea to bring a hoodie or an additional blanket. Furthermore, the pillow provided was pretty small and didn't offer too much comfort, so bringing an additional travel pillow might be smart as well. In addition to that, the cabin itself, as the name suggests, is pretty small. And with the cabin being relatively thin and exactly 188 centimeters or about 6.2 foot long, tall people might feel a little cramped. But the most annoying thing for me was the cabin's sliding door. When open, it doesn't snap into place but will constantly close itself, so sticking your feet out while asleep is a bad idea. But when closed, it constantly made this vibrating sound during the night. And in combination with the loud control panel, if you're a light sleeper, it actually might be pretty hard to get to rest. But let's just hope for a good night of sleep and head to bed. And while traveling me is asleep, we can talk about the somewhat confusing and for some parts pretty unfair process of booking tickets. I paid €129.90 or about $139.97 for a partly refundable ticket, which in and by itself is good value for money. But due to ÖBB's adaptive pricing system, prices for tickets in a mini cabin can range from about €100 to over €200 depending on demand. So if you can, book as early as possible. And in addition, please be extra careful. If you book a refundable or partly refundable ticket, make sure to not download your tickets just yet, as once you do hit the download/generate tickets button, your tickets are no longer refundable. This is a very important detail that in my opinion is not visible enough on ÖBB's booking page. And furthermore, I think this is an incredibly customer-unfriendly design. The booking procedure itself is smooth and easy to understand, apart from the aforementioned details. International credit cards are accepted as well, and using ÖBB's pre-booking search called Scotty even allows you to take a look at the detailed route of the train. So thumbs up for this detail. I wake up after around 6 hours of more or less good sleep. As mentioned earlier, the night was a little cold due to the air conditioning system, but at least the clicky sounds of the door didn't bother me too much. And about 20 minutes after waking up, the train attendant handed me the semi-standardized breakfast that is included in the ticket. You get 2 bread rolls, a tiny bit of butter and jam, and a tea or coffee. Not the most fancy breakfast ever, but good enough. Shortly after I finished my breakfast, the train attendant collected my bed linen, which means we quickly approach our final destination, Hanover. So it's time to summarize and rate this trip. All in all, I had a decent experience and would travel on ÖBB's Nightjet again. I do have some criticisms for the mini cabin's design as well as the ticketing conditions though. The mini cabin offered good value for money, but as ÖBB's ticket prices change depending on demand, the price to value ratio can change drastically depending on when you want to travel. And in addition, the tricky refund conditions of tickets being non-refundable once downloaded really isn't great. Therefore, I'll only give 3 out of 5 stars for this category. The booking procedure itself was smooth though. Nonetheless, some conditions and details could have been explained a little better here, so it's just 4 out of 5 stars. For comfort, I'll give 4 out of 5 stars as well. The mini cabins are generally well designed, but some things like the clicking sounds of a closed door and the loud sounds of a control panel could and should be fixed. Lastly, for miscellaneous features, I'll give 5 out of 5 stars. The train had Wi-Fi on board, large storage can be securely stored in the multi-purpose compartment, and breakfast is included in the ticket. So in summary, traveling in a mini cabin is a good option when on a budget. If you want me to check out the other options of a new Nightjet service, such as private sleeper rooms, leave me a suggestion in the comments. And with that, we have arrived in Hanover. If you enjoyed the video, make sure to like and share it. And if you are interested in more train-related content, don't forget to subscribe to my channel and check out one of these videos. Thanks for watching, see you next time.